Welcome to GreenTek Roofing and Solar Success Stories. Today, we're shining a spotlight on our top performing reps, the dedicated professionals who go above and beyond to help homeowners protect their investments while embracing the power of roofing and solar. You'll hear firsthand how they turn challenges into victories and master the strategies that drive real success. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your career to the next level, these insights will inspire and empower you to achieve more. In these testimonials, our experienced roof consultants shares their journey with GreenTek, what sets our company apart, and how they help customers navigate the roofing process with ease. Hear firsthand what it's like to be a part of the GreenTek team and make a real impact in the roofing industry. So get ready to learn from the best. This is your roadmap to success at GreenTek Roofing and Solar. This is Smart Roofing.
My name is Evan.
My name is Brandon Schwing.
My name is Austin. Before this, I was in safety at a large production facility. Before that, I was in trucking.
Before this, I did a bit of car sales, and I did a lot of logistics, traveling, stuff like that.
Before GreenTek and roofing, I was in the oil and gas industry for about a decade.
Never in the roofing industry, though, before this.
I spent some time in the military as well.
The way I found out about this job was at that warehouse. My boss asked if I knew any roofers, and I had a friend who worked for GreenTek. Called him up. I said, "Hey, do you do commercial?" He said, "Yeah." Came out, did the job. He said, "Hey, I got a referral bonus for you." And I go, "Oh, okay." I wasn't even expecting it. I thought he was going to give me like $50. It gave me 1% of a $65,000 job, so it was like $650. And I said, wait a minute, how much would I have made if I'd sold the job? And he's like, about $5 to $7 grand. And I said, where do I sign up?
You're going to have a routine. Certainly in this job, you want to wake up and set yourself up for success for the day. Get some small victories going. And really just get into the zone, right? Get into the zone. You're about to be out there dealing with, all types of personalities. So having a routine, right, it's going to keep you grounded, right? So it's very important to wake up with a plan, right? So hit the gym, eat your breakfast, whatever your thing is, do that thing every morning.
Typical day as a roof consultant, wake up, hit the gym.
Obviously you wake up, whatever your morning routine is, gym or eat a good breakfast, meditate, stretch, whatever your thing is.
My typical day, I wake up in the morning, get something to eat.
After that, I call prospects, do some follow-ups.
After that, you're looking at your calendar, seeing what's on your schedule. When inspections you have, you're doing your follow-ups, calling in previous customers, checking on estimates, calling insurance adjusters.
Kind of scope out where I'm going that day. If I already have leads set up, I try to look at the area or areas nearby to be the most efficient. I do door knocking, go over estimates.
And then I pretty much prospect for new work if I don't have any. If I'm not doing that, then I'm signing contracts, picking up checks, anything to do with selling a job.
If you got nothing on your calendar, you're out there canvassing and scoping out new work, trying to build your brand, right?
If I have, for the most part, when I do an estimate, I try to do it, when I get to the lead. But some, if there's ones that are a little more complicated, I'll do that usually at the end of the day when I get home.
Your average commission, your average roof is about, $17,000 to $20,000. So you can expect to make between, $1,700 to, $2,000 on an average commission.
My average sales commission on a house that I go after typically is $2,000 to $3,000.
Average, probably like $1,500 to $2,500.
Bigger jobs are going to net a bigger payday. My average week now, I've been doing it for quite a while. My average week now is probably somewhere between $4,000 and $6,000.
Average. I'll say my biggest paycheck ever in a week is, I think it was roughly $12,000 to $13,000.
My largest commission on a single job was about $5 grand, which was actually that the company I left, I sold them a roof for a commercial roof and got $5 grand from them, which is more than I made in a month working there.
I think when I first started, it's probably closer to, three to 4,000 maybe. My biggest commission on a single job was $26,000. That was pretty cool.
And then the biggest single job I've ever had, I think, was $6,500 on a single job.
And my biggest month, I believe, was close to 30. It was close to 30,000.
What sets GreenTek apart? Of course, I wasn't in the industry before GreenTek, so I can't speak on, that. But what I do like here is the culture. I like the people.
This is the best job I've ever had. I can kind of do my own hours. If I want to sleep in sometimes, if I want to work more, I can.
The thing about GreenTek and roofing sales in general is you control your own destiny, right? A lot of times, certainly in the oil and gas industry, you find yourself working arm in arm or close to somebody who's making the same as you, with similar responsibilities and roles, and maybe you'll feel like sometimes you're working twice as hard as them and you're getting nothing in return. You're punching your little clock, doing the same task every day, and a lot of times you might feel like you're not getting recognized. In this job, in roofing sales, and especially at GreenTek, you quite literally control your own destiny. So the harder you work, you will the more money you're going to make.
It's very family oriented. I've heard stories from other roofing companies that wasn't like that. It was more of like a Wild Wild West type thing. I just like we're kind of like a close knit, family here, really.
I have heard, again, this is my first ever roofing job, but I have heard some horror stories from people who worked for other roofing companies. And, basically I think what I get the gist of it is that there's a lot of smaller companies that will come about, they'll only be around for a couple years, they'll underbid everything, and you'll be making, some good money at the beginning, and then they screw over all the reps and, go out of business or change their name, or you're always having to hunt down your money. With this, I get paid pretty consistently. I get a job sold, turn in the funding, and I get paid, the next week or two. So, I'm very happy with that.
There's no cap on how hard you work, 6-7 days a week, 10, 12, 14, 16-hour days. You're allowed that freedom to work as hard as you want, and you will be rewarded for it.
Come in, grind, have a good work ethic. Know that you need to hustle in this job. This isn't a get rich day one type of thing.
It kind of goes back to the first question. Have a routine. Discipline that's going to get you from, you have to build your pipeline, right? This is not going to be a flash in the pan, day one, start making the money that you want to make. It's going to take some time to build your pipeline, to create that network, right? You start with your friends and your families, you use social media, use the tools that you already have available to you, and then you have to build your pipeline, right?
I would say go all in with this, right? Don't just half-ass it, When I first started, I was working 6 days a week. When, the hurricanes happened, I was working 7 days a week. I was door knocking from, reasonable time, 9 or 10 in the morning till the sun went down every day. Obviously I took lunch off, but, just keep pushing.
My advice is to stay focused, and stay positive. Again, you're not going to be getting crazy checks, month one. It's probably going to take you a few months to get rolling, but once you get rolling, you stick to the plan, it's going to change. It's going to change your life.
It's a numbers game. You get 42 no's and 1 yes. You got paid, right? So just keep going. Don't let if you're not successful your first day or week, it doesn't mean you're not going to be. You know what I mean? I didn't start making money, good money until after my first month. But now, I make twice as much as my last job now, and it's. Yeah.
But you can't really make a career out of this, essentially. Just come in, good mind, work ethic, and want to do your best you can.